Welcome back to episode 9 of GB Puck Drop. Unfortunately, the interview that was planned for this week, we uploaded separately as we were unable to get a main body episode out for you guys due to us both having exams. But we're happy to say
We're
Brody's finished
back.
with his exams and I'm mostly finished with my exams, so we're
Yeah, he
back.
doesn't revise people. No, I'm joking. Um,
Um, so
naughty
yeah,
guy.
let's dive straight into it. Um, it's been a good couple of weeks since we last came on the podcast. We're now in the semi-finals of the cup, and but unfortunately, Laysham's still out. I think his cover's still doing pretty well. I mean, I think the opposition definitely feels Zach's presence on the ice, so I think that's definitely a good thing. But yeah, how are you feeling about how the Raiders are doing, Brody?
I think we're doing brilliantly. Um, I'm trying to just remember when we last spoke.
It wasn't last weekend; it was the weekend before.
Did we cover the Friday game against MK? I've got a
Uh,
feeling
we'll
we
we'll, we'll
didn't.
just go back over it just in case.
Well, yeah. So if we haven't already said,
Oh yeah, no,
uh,
because you went on a tangent about how I was going as Buzz Lightyear.
yeah, no, yeah. So basically, for everyone, for the future news now, Harry did turn up as Buzz Lightyear.
I did not
Um,
turn up as Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, he did, and he had a massive Woody. Whoa, not like that. No, he had. Oh Christ! Oh, I've really buggered that bit up. Um,
I actually went as Seth Jarvis, but okay.
he went to Seth Jarvis because, believe it or not, Harry looks like Seth Jarvis.
I I'd like to think I look like Seth Jarvis.
Your dad looks like Shawsey.
My dad did look like Shorzy, to
Did
be
he colour
fair.
his tooth in?
No, he didn't.
Should have done that. Should have done the tooth. Should have done the tooth. That would have
Yeah.
added something to it. But yeah, the MK game, that was good. I'm trying to think of other games we've played. Um, we played the Steel Dogs last weekend. Did we? Yeah.
Yeah,
Played
yeah.
the Steel Dogs last weekend. I wasn't there for that one because I was ill.
Brody
Um,
was protecting everyone by staying at home.
yeah, exactly. And if I figure out that someone's got a cold, I'm going to blame it on Eddie Brad. Eddie Brad, it's your fault. Um, but yeah, um, um, yeah, we played flipping heck. Played Sheffield, beat them. Um, played the weekend before that. We played Bees in the away game where Schufelt scored a penalty shot in not Schufelt Miller scored a penalty shot. Sorry, in overtime because for some reason the Bees player thought it'd be a great idea to go and push the net off.
Yeah.
I didn't really know his
That
thought behind
that
that one.
59-59 was beautiful.
Yeah, so we then had a penalty shot in overtime. Miller slots it home, and we run around our living rooms cheering.
But
Um,
do you know what I think we should talk about?
Go on then.
Last weekend when Jakey Sylvester scored that absolutely beautiful top shelf goal.
Did he? I'm
I,
joking.
did you not watch
Um,
the stream?
I did watch the stream, but I didn't
Oh.
have anything behind the.
Yeah, the one game you can't do the cameras behind the net. Jake Sylvester goes and scores an absolute beauty.
Yeah. Um, but yeah. We played Bees. We played Sheffield. Before Bees, we played. Who did we play?
We played
Who did
before
we play?
bees. Before bees. This is going
Telford.
back. It
No, we've got
was
Telford this weekend.
no, it was Milton Keynes. We played Milton Keynes, then we
Oh.
played bees on the Sunday,
Oh right, okay.
and now we're
Then we had Sheffield, and now
then we
we're
had
sat
Sheffield,
here
and now
where
we're
we've
sat
got.
here.
Now we're sat here in my room talking to Harry Bird about him being Buzz Lightyear. Um,
But before we talk about next weekend, I think we should briefly go over the league standings and some penalties that were talked
Oh,
about on the
it.
official website. So, if you couldn't guess, Leeds are sitting happy at the top, followed by MK, Sheffield, and then Romford. But I'm quite happy with the current position of the Raiders in the table. Especially considering last season we were a lower team on the table for the majority of the season, and being on the top half of the table is a nice feeling, wouldn't you say, Brody?
It is nice, isn't it? It's just nice to know that everything that happened in the off season. I know it keeps every Raiders fan and every person that supports the Raiders seems to come back to it. But everything that happened in the summer was so uncertain. To be where we are now, I think it's an incredible um, position to be in, and I think we should definitely be proud of where we are.
And I
Um,
think it's important that we give a shout out to all the brand new directors, one of which we've already had on the podcast, and because they're doing an amazing job, especially with all the different community outreach they're doing, going into schools, and I think they were in the Mercury the other day.
I know.
Um, yeah, no, they're doing a fantastic job promoting, and I think attendance is going up, so it's brilliant to see.
Yeah. Yeah. I think just being in that position is so good for the team and so good for the club that you can really capitalize on the opportunity. Obviously, I'm not saying we're going to be there at the end of the year. We might not be. We might be. Who knows? Um, Maybe we'll send Buzz Lightyear over here to go and fly over to the future. But yeah, um, we're in a good position. All our imports are doing what they need to be
They're,
doing,
they're doing importy
and
things.
they're doing importy things. And also, I'd like to mention something. Um, I don't believe we spoke about it. Mr. 24 Aiden Wilson
Mr.
um,
24 Aiden Wilson.
is now been signed on a two-way with the Five Flyers.
I do believe we actually spoke about that last episode.
But
Because
actually,
you got
did
you
we?
you made sure that you announced it because you wanted us to do it.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I remember watching.
He seems to be doing all right.
He does seem to be doing all right. So yeah, he's
Don't
looking
leave
good
us too
for.
soon, Aiden.
He won't. If he does,
Um,
I'll hijack his
you,
van.
you'll
Um,
cry.
yeah, I won't cry. Got shoot. I've got shoe Phil. Um, if he leaves, I'm gonna throw a hissy fit.
Like
Um,
like like when you almost cried when Koi Privo left.
I did cry when Koi Puro left.
We miss you,
Did
Koi
I?
Privo. Come back.
Yeah, Koi, if you come back, mate, I'll pay you a fiver. But yeah,
All the money between us, which is probably about £6 and three pence.
yeah, exactly. So why three pence? Where have you got that number from?
Because like
It's
you buy
no,
loads of
no,
things that are
no,
99p and
no. It's
you get less
It's
than
nine
three
pence.
p.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Christ, get it right.
sorry,
Um,
Koi.
I thought you had some penalties to be talking about.
So going back on track after our tangent. Um,
Harry's tangent, not mine.
yeah, my tangent probably. Tim Wallace has been a very naughty boy. Um,
Way,
he's got a one game ban and five penalty points for checking someone from to the head.
yeah. If
Um,
someone tries to check in from the head, they have a big target. Look at his fucking hairline. Sorry. Um,
oh, he's got a bigger forehead than KSI.
yeah, exactly. Fucking hell, make
Um,
Sean Easton look 30. Jesus Christ.
oh, yeah, but in all seriousness, checking someone to the head is not okay. So it was good that it
Who was
got
it against?
reviewed, and
Who did he check him
it
against?
was against whole Seahawks player.
Was it Emil Svec?
If it's Emil Svec, I think I could forgive him, to be honest.
Yeah, if it's Emil Svec, Tim Wallace, congratulations, mate. I'm so proud. Um,
Oh, it just says whole number 11. Who's number 11 for whole?
well, get your keyboard typing.
I'm
You're
getting
gonna
my
hear it in the back.
keyboard.
You're gonna
Oh,
hear it
it
back
was
in the
Owen Bruton. Oh, he's only 18. That's a bit peak. Checking a kid to the head. But I mean,
Wallace.
he, mate, he's old enough to be his dad, and you're checking him to the head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Isn't
Outrageous.
there some other bloke that got a penalty as well? Or was that...
So, in fact, the top point scorer for whole Seahawks, and in my personal view, this is quite embarrassing. Owen Sobchak got a 10-minute misconduct for a verbal altercation. I mean,
What do you do? Say someone wasn't invited to his birthday party. Like, seriously, right? I'm gonna take this
so
seriously for a
the
second. I'm gonna take this seriously for a second. 2 seconds. Whole Seahawks, keep your players in line, lads. All right. We've played you twice this year, even 3 times this year. I don't know. We played you. We played you these times this year, and you lot have been dirty, dirty people. You need to get your act together, get your fucking head out your ass, and get real for 2 seconds and play some hockey instead of having to go at everyone. Svec's gloves are glued to his hands, and he keeps having to go at people. Tell him to either drop him or drop dead, mate. Seriously.
drop him or
Jeez.
drop the attitude.
Exactly. Drop the attitude. Seriously, I'm done with whole Seahawks players taking the
But
mick half the time. You're not
it,
sick. You're living in Hull. You're living in Hull, for God's sake. It's not exactly the nicest place on earth, is it?
Brody, you can't really go out all out on the Yorkshireman like that. So next weekend, Brody is now going to cover the games that will be played in the NIHL next weekend.
Right, okay. I'll try and do this to the best of my ability. Um, well, not next weekend, this weekend.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Um, we've got a few Friday games. Oh, Friday. So Milton Keynes have got the bad luck again, and they're playing on another Friday against the Sheffield Steel Dogs. I don't really know what to say about that one. Bristol Pitbulls versus Swindon Wildcats is on Friday as well. Both 7:30 face-offs at Christ, at Milton Keynes and Bristol. On the Saturday, Romford Raiders take on the Crackheads, the Telford Tigers. At 7:15, at 7:15, oh, for God's sake, at 5:15 at the Sapphire. Swindon Wildcats versus Peterborough Phantoms at Swindon at 6:30 on Saturday. Leeds Knights versus Berkshire Slough Jets on the Saturday at 6:30. At 7 o'clock on the Saturday, you've got Solway Sharks versus Bristol Pitbulls. On the Sunday, you've got Sheffield Steel Dogs versus Romford Raiders at 4 o'clock face off. It's a bit of a random one. At Sheffield. 5:30 on the Sunday, you've got Peterborough Phantoms versus Leeds Knights. Yeah, no, you got 5:30 on Sunday. You got Hull Seahawks versus Solway Sharks. At 6 o'clock on Sunday, you've got Telford Tigers versus Milton Keynes and Berkshire Slough Jets versus Swindon Wildcats. That's all I've got to say because I'm not going to go into much details about it because the games haven't happened. I don't really care about all the stuff that happens before. Go watch your local team. Go support a bit of hockey. And if you don't, fuck off to your pubs and football, you tosses.
Yeah, in a more eloquently, it's important to go and support your local hockey teams, even if they are shite. That they need at the end of the
Oh,
day, every team needs some fans. So go get behind your local team, and that's all for this week.
whoa, 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 whoa! It's not all for this week. If you can cast your minds back, people, for 5 seconds, we had Daniel Amesbury on, and Daniel Amesbury. Well, if you check his Instagram, he's had a bit of a tear up, few incidents that have happened here and there. But I was going to say, even though he's got all these injuries and all that, and all these cuts on his face, and all that, he'll probably still play realistically because it's Daniel Amesbury. He's like, you know, when Daniel Amesbury stubs his toe, the pavement cries in pain instead of him. You know, like genuinely, he is a tough nut. Not like that. He's a tough guy, and I think we should all do a minute's round of applause for Daniel Amesbury, please. Minute's round of applause starts on the klaxon.
I think it's really
I'm
important what
joking.
he I think it's really important what he said in his Instagram post saying that even though he totaled 19 stitches in his face, he loves the game no matter what's put in front of him. And I think that's what's so great about hockey players is just their all of them are so devoted to the game, and I think that's what sets it apart from other sports.
Yeah, you're listening, Svec. Have a bit of devotion about your life.
Yeah, drop your gloves, Svec.
Seriously. And drop your gloves, mate. Seriously. You look like a
Oh.
glazed donut because you've eaten so many.
Well,
Seriously.
that's staying in.
Get a life, Svec. Seriously. Please get a life. Actually, either play hockey that
Okay,
you
but before Brody gets us cancelled, that's all for this week. See you next week.
fuck you, Svec.